Take your hands to your heart. Inhale them over your head. Exhale into your heart. Inhale them up. Exhale into your heart. Get into the shoulders. Inhale them up. Keep looking up. And now stretch. You're looking into your hands and you're going to stretch this place in between your Adam's apple and your chin. Just stretch it. And move your jaw around. Feel that stretch. And if you want a really big stretch, you can take your bottom lip on top of your top lip. And really like, stretch all the way down there. It feels good. Good. Now take your right hand and we're going to turn our body. I like to do this like this. Gonna turn our body so that the legs are kind of mashing up against the chair, and then do this twist like this. Okay? This is not how we would do it on the floor, but with a chair, since you've got this thing back here, it really gets you really deep into the twist. Holy cow, be careful. And then take your eyes and make them continue over to the right. Make them look over your right shoulder until you feel your eye muscles stretching. It's really good for you. Make sure you feel okay. Make sure you don't feel bad. And then make your eyes go all the way to the left. And untwist, and as we untwist, we're going to take that right hand and lay the right elbow down on the left elbow and go like this. Wrap them around each other like snakes. This is called eagle arms. If you can't get the fronts together, then get the palms, the backs together. It's okay. Inhale them straight up. Getting into the shoulders in a different way. Exhale them straight down. Inhale them straight up. Exhale them straight down. Inhale straight up, and then this time, I'm going to turn, you don't turn, I'm turning, just to show you. This time we're going to see if there's a little back bend at the top. Just right here in the thoracic spine, see if it wants to go back a little bit. I'm not doing a huge back bend, just a little one. And then exhale and come forward, curling forward, tuck. And again, inhale all the way up and take your arms as far back as they feel like going comfortably. Exhale forward. Release. Take your hands to your knees. Plant your feet again, plant your hips again. If you can't be at the edge of your seat, like if you're in a wheelchair or something, it's okay. I am going to ask that you move around on your seat a little bit, but be wherever you are. It's all right. Yoga is good for you no matter what. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Exhale forward. Inhale your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhale forward. And back and forth like a pendulum, but a really gentle, very controlled pendulum, okay? Just feel your neck, feel all those little spots as we move back and forth, and if there's some place that gets stuck for you or that needs more attention, stop. Breathe through it. Neck is a problem area for a lot of people, like me. I do this, what we're doing right now, I do it almost every day, and I still have stuck spots in there. So if you're finding stuff in there, you're not alone. Just get it out. Alright, and the next time your head comes to center, pick it up. Take your hands to your heart. Inhale them up. Exhale them to your heart. Inhale them up. Exhale them to your heart. Inhale them up and leave them up. And again, looking up at your hands. Stretch out your jaw, whatever that means for you. I really like this, putting the lower lip above the upper lip thing. Stretch your jaw out, whatever. Feel that stretch. See if you can feel that stretch all the way from, I don't know, from your like lower lip down into your chest. Make it a big one. And then turn. We're going to turn our bodies. Unless you're in a position where you can't turn, that's also fine. And then we're going to take our left hand behind us under that chair, right hand onto the chair. You notice, like, I like to put my legs so they're sort of caught on the front part of the chair. And this gives me tons of leverage to really pull. Holy cow. This is one pose that's actually better in a chair than on the ground. So good. Make your spine really long and feel this twist. looking over your left shoulder. Take your eyes down, make them go even further to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Try and see behind you. Try and do a 360 with your eyes. And see if you can identify the muscles in your face that are stretching when you move your eyes that far. And then make your eyes go all the way to the right. And we're going to twist back the way we were, coming back to normal. Taking the left hand up across the ceiling, crossing them down so the elbows are on top of each other with the left one on top this time. And make your eagle arms. Inhale them up. They should be called snake arms. Exhale them down. Inhale them up. But yoga is really old. That's part of the reason you can trust it. Exhale down. Whoever named this eagle arms did it a really long time ago. Okay, again, so we're going to come up and see if there's a little back bend at the top. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Don't crunch your neck. Don't feel bad or weird. Just do something that feels okay. And then exhale forward, curving forward. Inhale up. All the way up. Exhale down. And release. The reason why yoga teachers often use Sanskrit, that was Garudasana, is because to verify that it really is old. It's an old practice and we're not making this up. So if you can turn to the side, turn to the side. If you're in a wheelchair and you can't, maybe try and scoot as far as you can up to the front. Give yourself space if you can, because what we're going to do is lean backwards, okay? I like to do it exactly in the center of the chair, and you'll see why. So, first thing we're going to do is this pose, rolling the shoulder blades down the back, grab your hands behind you, take your chin up and out of your chest. This is Cobra. This is one of the very fundamental poses of all of yoga, and with the very few exceptions of when I tell you to curve your spine forward in this class, pretty much you want to find this in every pose that we do. This. Don't turn, I'm just turning. See my shoulder blades rolling back and down the back? You don't have to always be grabbing your hands, but it's this. We want to find this, which is the very opposite of computer. This is computer. Or driving, or texting. This is how our spines have started to be, everybody, including me. And so we got to practice this. All right? This is our primary thing. So first being in here and finding these arms and these shoulders, and then release that. And what we're going to do is just lean, take your arms forward, and lean back. Like pretend like there was a chair back there, and you're leaning on it, and somebody took the top part of the chair away, and you're like, whoa, where'd that go? And what we're looking to feel, of course, is the abs coming on. Transverse abdominis. Feel that. Alright, and if you're really strong, then you can pick up your legs. And if you're really brave, then you can pick up your legs and go like that. And then come up and do a few like hollow body sit-ups like that. This is really hard. And it also feels kind of dangerous. So maybe don't do it if you're not, whoa, really into it. Good. Come back to seated. And face forward one way or another. I hope that you worked your core there. That's our core workout. We might do like one other little thing, but basically for this 20-minute class, that's how we're going to work out our core. This motion, leaning back, feeling it, and you really can do it anywhere and in any chair. All right. So now, move back to like the center of your seat. We're going to pick up our left foot and put it inside the right thigh. So, I'm wearing yoga clothes. You probably are not. And if doing this is weird in the environment that you are in, then don't worry about it. Maybe just cross your legs like this and do everything I do. But this is going to get you deeper in your hip, particularly for flexible hip people if you put your foot on top. Okay? So we're going to come forward. I'm actually not going to keep my foot on top. I'm going to put it like this. And you've got a desk right here and I don't. I'm picturing that you have a desk right here. So you're going to come forward and grab your desk and lean into it until you feel your left hip releasing. It might be a little ways, it might be a lot. Just feeling what you feel. If you feel inside of your knee, inside of your left knee, then you've gone too far and you need to back up. Just find that perfect spot and breathe. If you're really flexible or if you don't have a desk, you might want to come all the way down to the floor and get deep into that hip. So one thing about recording videos about yoga is that you're probably doing this by yourself and nobody's looking at you. So it really doesn't matter how you express these poses. Even in a class, it doesn't matter. The main thing is for you to feel it the way that you want to feel it. So study what's going on inside. Get it right. That's more important. Get it right for you. Okay. And then when you're ready, come on up. We're going to do a side bend. So this foot, I have it pointed out at about 2 o'clock. And I'm going to put my right forearm just above my right knee. And I'm going to roll this shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back and down the back, that same motion as before, picking up that hand into like a ballet dancer arm, like that. So here's what we want to feel. We're side bending. We want to feel opening here, through the ribs, down into the waist. If you're someone who's got a really flexible shoulder, you might be going like, don't do that. Make your shoulder strong and really get all this stuff, all these lymph nodes, all in here. Get some release. Good for you. And you can look up if that's comfortable, or you can look down if that's more comfortable. Good. Windmill up. And roll your shoulder blades down the back. Turn in the direction of that 2 o'clock knee. And we're going to lay our body down over it. Might need to back up from your desk a little bit. We're doing a forward bend. And so come on down. Now, on the floor, on our mats on the floor, when we do a forward bend, it's generally to get into the hamstrings and the calf muscles. But here, I'm still figuring out how to do that in a chair. What we're getting into instead is the hip, left hip. This is sort of like what a pigeon would feel like if you were on the floor. And breathe. And then windmill your arms back up. You don't have to do that. It's just nice. Take your hands to your heart. Take your feet to the floor. Scoot to the front of your chair again. Inhale your arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart. I want to do a thing that's going to involve a strap. And I don't have a strap. I'm looking around. Maybe you look around also for something that could be a strap. Alright, I'm going to call this, I don't know what this is, a strap. A strap is something that's just going to be an extension of your arm. And I really would like it to be something that's not going to stretch. So this is like a little address book. This will work. Plant your feet. Take your arms out to the sides and take your strap in your right hand. And I can feel my shoulders coming up. I have flexible shoulders. They tend to like mark. Make them strong. And then take your right arm with your strap forward, up, and back. Take your left arm and grab your right elbow. And we're getting into that right shoulder. It should feel pretty good. And then if you're loving that, then just stay there. And if you want some more, then you're going to take your left arm around and back. I'm turning, you don't have to turn. Grab your strap. Or if you're really flexible, grab your fingers. And so you're wondering, like, why am I using this strap? Why don't I just grab my shirt? I could grab my t-shirt, and that would be fine. You can grab your t-shirt. I just like it because it doesn't stretch. T-shirt will stretch, and that's going to take the stretch out of your shoulders and into the shirt. Anyway, so feel whatever you feel here. This is a 20-minute class, and a lot of it is about releasing the shoulders. I'm going to build in more stuff as I figure it out, but for the beginning, we're mostly releasing our shoulders, and that's all right. That's what computer people need. All right, release that. Take your hands to your heart. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale into your heart. We're going to do this thing called cat-cow. You've probably done it on the floor if you've ever done a yoga class. We're going to do it seated. I like to come to the edge of my seat and plant my feet really well. Inhale, rolling the shoulder blades down the back. Recognize this motion? Doing that, but we're also forcing the lumbar spine forward a little bit. So we're kind of doing a back bend. And then exhaling, opposite motion. You remember this, you've been sitting like this all day at your desk. And then inhale back. This is the one we're looking for. Exhale forward. Inhale, this one is cow lift. Maybe lift up your chin, feel like a cow. It's called cow lift. Exhale, cat tuck. This one looks like a cat, right? The angry cat with its back. Inhale up. If we were on all fours, this would sort of look like a cow because like a sway back. We're looking for like a sway back, like a really old cow standing out in a field, maybe with a heavy udder, something like that. Exhale, cat tuck. Inhale, cow lift. Good. Come back to center. Let's do our leg stretch to the other direction. This thing. Okay. I think I was sitting back in my seat. Taking the left foot. No, wait. Wrong foot. Don't do that foot. Taking the right foot into the left thigh. The left knee is pointing out at like 10. I want it to be at 10. I feel like it's at more at 11. Someplace that feels sort of comfortable to you. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale to your heart. And the first thing we're going to do is bend forward. And you maybe have a desk, and you're going to lean on your desk, and you're going to feel it in your right hip, releasing your right hip. Move around until that's what you feel. And I'm going to fall over here, so I'm going to come all the way down to the floor. Only do this if it feels good to you. And come on up. Inhale those arms over your head. Exhale, hands to your heart. If we were standing up, this motion that I'm doing now, this represents the vinyasa. If we were doing a standing flow practice, we would do that, plus some down dogs and stuff that would clear us out and realign the spine. In chair yoga, we're just going to do this. Okay. Take your left elbow to your left knee. And then we're going to roll this shoulder blade, the right shoulder blade, back and down the back. And then pick up that hand and look at it and see if you can feel, not your shoulder stretching, we're not trying to stretch here, we're trying to stretch down here, all the way down into your waist. Looking up at it if that feels good, or looking down if that feels good. Come on up. Take your hands to your heart. Inhale them up. Exhale them to your heart. Turn in the direction of the left leg. And then come on down. Lay your body down over it. This is our forward bend. And our forward bend is doing two things. One, getting into the right hip. Try and feel that. And two, your head is lower than your heart. This is our inversion. Blood flow is reversed. Blood is coming back to the brain. Now, if you feel it in this knee, in your right knee, that means you have tight hip flexors. I think maybe I said this already, I can't remember. If you have tight hip flexors, it means you're a runner, or a hiker, or maybe you just sit a lot. Nothing to be ashamed of, but respect it, because the body's going to try and take this bend into the knee, and you don't want that. You really want it in the hip. So if you're feeling it in your knee, you're going to come up and like wiggle around, make it different, make it better. I don't know how to tell you how to make it different because I'm not inside your body, but you are. Find that. And then when you're finding a comfortable spot, when you've found a comfortable spot where you're not feeling it in your knee but in your hip, then let yourself go. And come on up. Let's see what time we have. Oh, we're a little over time, but we're still got to do the second half of this dealer job. So get your strap. Here's my strap. Your edge of the seat, feet are on the floor. Take your arms out to the sides. The strap is in the left hand. Make your left arm go forward, up, and back, and grab your left elbow with your right hand and wiggle into that left shoulder. feel whatever you're feeling inside that shoulder. And then take this hand, drag it around and back, grabbing your strap. Or your fingers. If you've got very flexible shoulders, you might be able to get your fingers. Strap could be a book like I'm using, or like a ruler, or tie, belt, anything you have around. All it's doing, I'm turning, you don't have to turn. All it's doing is just extending the reach of our hands so that we can get deep into this pose. All right, release out of that. Take your hands to your heart. Inhale them up over your head. Look at your hands. Exhale your hands to your heart. That was our practice. Namaste.